Okay, welcome to Research Methods. This is a quick video on how to use Google Forms to develop a survey. Okay, please note, do not confuse Google Forms with Google Surveys. Google Surveys is something else. Okay, yes, that could be used to do surveys. And I had a student who tried to do that, but I believe Google Surveys you actually have to pay for. I want you to use Google Forms, which is actually free. Okay. So I'm here on a Google at the Google homepage over here. So I'm just going to type in Google Forms to look for Google Forms. Okay, and here it is. I'm going to click on Google Forms. It says free online surveys for personal use. I'm going to click on that, and we want to use the one that says personal. Okay, we're not a business. I don't know, the one for business. Maybe maybe that's something you have to pay for, or maybe it's different. Well, you don't need to use that one. Go to Google Forms for personal. So click on that. Oh, and when you do use Google, I'm already logged in. Okay, but if you haven't logged in, it'll ask you basically for your ABC username and password. Because remember, we have Gmail, we have an account. You actually have an account with Google. Your Gmail, okay? Your ABC username and password gets you into Google Forms. It gets you into YouTube. It gets you into all the Google services, so just so you're aware. So usually before this, it would ask you basically, when you click on Google Forms, you'd get that login there, you know, from the college for Antelope Valley College, and you would have to log in, and then you'd get here. And I already have several surveys here, I guess, that have been created, but I'm just gonna go to blank to start from the beginning. Okay, and it starts you off with something like this, untitled form, okay? Like I said, don't give it a title that gives away the purpose of the survey. So I'm just gonna call it, let's say, survey, okay? Now, later on, I might think of a clever abbreviation or something for the subject, but right now I'm just gonna call it survey. And I wanna start with my first question here, untitled question. I'm just going to make some stuff up to show you different types of questions you can ask, but let's say untitled question. So it's going to be question number 1. Remember, I want you to number your questions. Question number 1. Okay. And let's just do the example that I was showing you guys earlier that has to do with the OER survey. So you know what? Let me call it that then. OER survey. And question 1 would be, have you heard about OER, Open Educational Resources before? Okay, question mark, because it is a question. Have you heard about OER, Open Educational Resources, before? You know what? We don't even need the word before. Just have you heard about OER, Open Educational Resources? And you know what? This is a yes or no. This should be a yes or no question. You either have or you have not. So I'll add as an option, I'll add yes, and I'll add no. I do not want the maybe, okay? No maybes, okay? And then I'm gonna add another question, plus, okay? All right, I click, so all I did was click the little plus right there. So this will be question number 2, okay? And I don't remember the order of the questions necessarily, but I'm just gonna write this one. College textbooks are expensive. Expensive. Okay. No, don't need a question mark. College textbooks are expensive. And then what I want here is I want a rating scale. So I'm going to go, it calls it linear scale. So I'll call it, so let's click on linear scale. And 1 would be, you know, not. 5 would be Let's just put very much so. Okay. Or let's put, there's different ways to describe it, but let's put definitely, actually. Definitely. And let's put over here, let's start with a capital over here. Now I know it's annoying that I have to type this. Okay. And I don't type very fast. I could copy and paste, but then I have to switch screens and you guys are not gonna be able to see the screens, okay? So let's see what happens if I just click a plus. Let's see, am I done with that? Yep, see, there it is. See, college textbooks are expensive. Not at all, right? Is number 1, definitely is number 5. If you're somewhere in the middle, it would be a 3. Now let's have a different kind of questions just so I can show you the options. Let's say I was already toward the end, okay? And I would be asking those demographic questions. So age, right? For age, I'm gonna make that, remember, for age, I don't want options, okay? For age, believe it or not, it's open-ended, so I'll have short answer, except that, short answer, age. Now, I saw something somewhere. Where is that? Description, response. Okay. Yesterday, I saw that I could restrict that to a number. Short answer, drop down. Yeah, it's short answer. And there's a way, I'm not finding it right now, but description. Okay. There is a way to make it so that they could only write in a number and a whole number, but I'm not seeing that right now. I was doing this like for some reason I'm not remembering, but let's just leave it like that. That's age, okay? And oh wait, let me go back to that. Short answer. Okay, sure, it's a description. Okay, not a description, but it should be. It should be a number. I forget where I can add response validation. Is that it? Yeah, here we go. Response validation. It should be a number, and it should be a whole number. Where is not equal to whole number? Okay, that. And there it is, right? I don't know how to get rid of description. Hold on. Yeah, I think I know how. Let me uncheck that. Okay, so there it is. Age should be a number, and it should be a whole number. Okay, and another another question or another item we could have over here. Let's say, just to make it simple, let's call it race. Okay. I know technically that's not valid scientifically, but yeah, we're gonna have it as a multiple choice. Option 1 will be, we'll put, black. We'll use these simple categories. I'm not gonna get into ethnicity and what to write about ethnicity. It's a little bit more complicated. But black is the first one, let's say, and then I'll have, white, and then, Latino, Asian. And then I'm gonna add the other thing, which it keeps prompting me to do, right? For those that are mixed or those who just don't wanna call themselves that, okay? And there you see different kinds of questions. See, you have one that's on a yes or no. That's a yes or no question. That's on a nominal scale. You have right here one that's on a Likert scale, okay? And you have over here that's really open-ended. I'm not really that open-ended, but age, they can just write in their number there. And then you have race, they check one of those. And those are the different kinds that you can have. I mean, there's other options here, but you don't really need to use them. You don't need to use drop down or paragraph. Don't have that, please. No paragraphs, okay? Multiple choice. I don't know what some of these are about, but those are the ones you're likely to run into that you can use. I like rating scales, okay? You can have yes or no, but yes or no should strictly be yes or no. No maybes. okay? And things aren't always yes or no. Sometimes it's a scale, okay? So if you have a yes or no question, make sure it's clearly a yes or no question. Like, you know, have you smoked marijuana? It's yes or no. There is no maybe, there is no on a scale of, it's not like on a scale of 1 to 5. Like, have you smoked marijuana? Not at all. Or 5, definitely. No, it's yes or no. But a lot of things where you could be somewhere in the middle, those will be rating scale questions, rating scale type questions. And I know this is not really a good survey, but just an example to show you how to use Google Forms. Oh, the title goes there, actually. OER survey. Okay. And that's where the description goes. I'm not going to put a description. Okay. And that is how you do a survey. Now, this is not really a good survey. You should have a dozen questions or more. It will require a lot more work. I just wanted to show you how to use some of these things and write some of these types of questions. Okay. All right. That is it, you guys. I will stop recording.